go. If you build it, he will come. Kevin Costner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back for week 3 of the League of Dicks podcast, the most competitive fantasy baseball league in all of North America. We're here in Lake Paupack, Pennsylvania, sipping some fantastic 12-year-old Glenmorangie, smoking some cigars, and I'm here with none other than Mr. Jay Cohen.
Hello.
And Mr. Travis Finlayson.
Hey, guys.
So, and we also have another special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Connor Thompson.
It's Connor Thompson. He's just sitting in, listening to some baseball talk.
That's right.
Here we go.
We've got a fan.
So, gentlemen, this podcast really, it's about one thing. And we've talked about contender pretender. We've done that before. We've talked about where people are at, how we feel about this new stat. But we need to start from the beginning here. Travis Finlayson.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in this league?
Well, I was one of the founding members back in 2003. I know.
Are you willing?
So
to...
it's been it's been 10 years.
Are you willing to admit you are one of the worst performing members in the history of this league?
One of the worst current performing members of who's still in the league. Yes, I'll admit that. I'm not gonna shy away from it and make excuses.
So,
but yeah, it's fair to say that I haven't done well.
You've had another tough year this year.
Yeah.
So far, so true.
Can I say something though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Travis. Okay. It started off on the wrong note.
How?
Well, I got the time wrong for the draft, and I was out.
Wait, you got the time wrong for the draft.
I thought it was a half hour later than it was, and I was out buying myself some liquor. And,
what kind of liquor?
Glenmorangie.
Okay.
And I get a text from Jay going, "Are you going to be ready for the draft?" And it was 40 minutes till the draft. So I called him back. I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm going to be ready for the draft because it's in 10 minutes." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm 20 minutes from home." So I got my wife to draft for me for the first 10 minutes. And,
did she admit any bids in?
This is an all new law.
Hold on, your wife drafted for you. Now, what is your wife's baseball knowledge?
Well, she doesn't have any, but I was on the phone with her.
Could your wife name 5 professional baseball players?
Yeah, she knows Jose Bautista.
Okay,
because she hates his name.
That's one. That's one.
Okay,
we need 4 more.
I don't think she could name 4.
Could she name
maybe
2?
Melky Cabrera.
Okay.
Maybe Melky Cabrera.
Melky Cabrera. Your wife knows Melky Cabrera and Jose Bautista.
And maybe Encarnacion.
Okay.
She hates them because of their names.
Okay.
All right, the point is,
yeah,
she was drafting for me because I was late, but I was on the phone with her while she was doing it. Now, she couldn't figure out the bidding process, though. She couldn't figure out the button, and so I said, here's how my season got off on the wrong foot. I was really heavy on Miguel Cabrera, right?
Right.
I was gonna spend upwards of 120 because I figure he's gonna...
Wait, what did Miguel Cabrera go for?
Like 107 or something.
No, he went for
113.
113. So you were going to go to 120 on me.
Mm-hmm. I was going to go to 120, knowing that he's a top caliber player. He's consistent, and you can look at his season. He's having a fantastic.
Oh, he's an incredible
season.
player.
He would have been the cornerstone of my team.
Okay, I don't want to hear about cornerstones of your team. You would have traded him for fucking
I wouldn't have traded. I wouldn't
in a jerk off bag.
I
don't want to hear about it. I want to hear about what happened in those 10 minutes. Why did you not tell your wife?
I did. I said 120, so she was going to put in 120. She didn't understand that you could just press the button that said place bid. She thought you had to put in an amount.
So you're driving back from the liquor store, talking to your wife on a headset, telling her how much to bid on Miguel Cabrera. Continue.
And so I said 120.
Right.
And she's like, okay, I'm going to put in 120. I was like, well, don't put it in now. Don't, so, it's going up. And I was like, so, she's like, it's 113. It's at 113. I was like, well, don't put in 120, but bid on him. She goes, okay, he's gone. So that was the beginning of my season.
Okay, so that was the beginning of this season. What happened with the other seasons?
Yes.
That's what I want to know.
To be honest, there's been some bad luck involved.
Luck! Let's talk about the beginning of the season. You have your team. You have Ryan Braun.
Yeah.
You have Matt Kemp.
Mm-hmm.
You have Carlos Santana.
Yeah. And I traded you Santana and Braun for Kershaw and Kane,
who you then traded for.
Okay, but here's the thing: you can't just say who I traded for because
No, you can.
No, because
you traded Matt Kane, who you gave up two of the best bats in the game, arguably definitely a top 5 catcher, and then one of the top 5 overall bats in the game. You then traded for 2 aces, undoubtedly aces. Then you traded Matt Kane for 2 guys who are going to lose their job at some point.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Kevin Gregg and Kenley Brandon Lee.
I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have made that trade preseason. I mean that's ridiculous.
During the season, you're going to trade Matt Kane. You couldn't have gotten more for Matt Kane than 2 guys.
I may have been able to get more.
Then why didn't you shop him?
Because you're right. I should have shopped him more, but I was desperate at the time.
Essentially, what's happened is that you've taken Carlos Santana and Clayton Kershaw, and you've Carlos Santana and Ryan Braun into Clayton Kershaw and 2
and Brandon Lee on it. You basically took Ryan Braun, Carlos Santana, and you made it Clayton Kershaw and Kevin Gregg.
And Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee is not closing anymore. He just blew a save.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Newsflash. Breaking news.
So one more time. Carlos Santana and Ryan Braun for Clayton Kershaw and Kevin fucking Gregg.
You're right. You're right. I probably would have been better off if I had kept my team the same that I drafted it, right? But I didn't draft enough.
I don't have a problem. Look, some guys might. I don't have a huge problem with how you traded because you had an incredible starting rotation. But my biggest issue, it's not on the Kane Santana, and maybe Jay will disagree with me. I didn't find that trade to be an egregious fault.
Kane Santana?
The Kane Kershaw, or the, Santana
no,
Braun
I think giving Santana a deal was way too much.
But even so, that pales in comparison.
The reason I gave up Santana is because I had Montero as my backup catcher, who was supposed to be a top 10
Santana
catcher.
is
according to what? A fantasy baseball magazine?
Like Santana is so much better than Montero.
Of course he is, but Clayton Kershaw could be considered the best pitcher in the game.
So again, I don't give you fault on that deal as much as I give you fault on.
But Braun is like maybe the second best bat.
Well, it depends if he's taking steroids. That being said, I got that trade.
Look,
so I'm not as critical about it.
The idea behind that trade, if we're going back to that trade, the idea was to have one of the better staffs in the game with Kershaw, Dickey, and Kane leading my staff. I mean, that's a good pitching staff.
Dickey going to the American League. First of all, let's talk. I want to talk about your thought process. Now, is this you actually think that R.A. Dickey was going to continue his dominance in the American League, or were you just a Blue Jay fan and hoping that R.A. Dickey would succeed?
No, when I do my pre-rankings, it has nothing to do with...
Okay, good. Let's go here. How do you do your pre-rankings? That's my Glenmorangie. Don't drink my glass of Glenmorangie. Drink your own.
Wait. Can we get Connor, what's your take so far on all of this?
I'm a little out of my league on this. I don't really follow a whole lot of baseball, but it sounds
He's a hockey fan.
It sounds like this guy doesn't know what's going on. That's what it sounds like.
And when he said this guy, he pointed to Jay.
No. Hold on. Let's start. Everyone hold on for a second. Travis, walk me through your pre-draft rankings and this process. What is your research? What do you do? How do you know the guys you like and the guys you don't?
Okay. If you want to know, these are kind of like secrets of mine, though. I've done so well.
Secrets of 12th place. Secrets of 12th place. Here we go.
I think you can start.
I think you can give us your secrets, Travis.
No, my pre-draft rankings are based on projected stats.
Based on what?
I take the projected stats
of what?
Of 3 different
what?
Of 3 different projections from MLB.com, Yahoo.com,
and the fantasy baseball magazine that you pick up at CVS.
No, Baseball Prospectus.
Okay, all right.
now I take the average of those stats to get a well-rounded idea of what the projected stats are going to be.
And then you tell your wife.
All right, take my wife out of it. That was a mistake. All right, now, no, I take the projected stats and I base them on. I divvy up the stats so that you get the value of a player based on how well they perform in each statistic. Okay.
So fantasy baseball.
So you take their prospective stats, you add them together, and you get an idea of how well they'll perform.
And great. So
for instance, if somebody hits only home runs and doesn't do anything, or home runs is a bad example.
Travis,
someone gets only stolen bases.
Everyone in this league, everyone in the League of Dicks understands how to take 3 different projections, average them together to get overall performance. What do you use to infer how the player will actually do? Do you use anything other than just basic projections? Do you use any inference? Do you use any sabermetrics? Is there anything beyond home run, RBI, in runs, average stats to make your decisions?
Well, I mean, there's basic things that you can infer about.
Like
someone.
What? R.A. Dickey, for example.
Okay, R.A. Dickey's coming off of a Cy Young year, right?
Best year of his career at 38.
Right, but I listened to an entire program on NPR.
On NPR?
Yes.
They did baseball program?
Yeah, they interviewed R.A. Dickey, and he was talking about this.
Climbing Kilimanjaro?
No,
what was he talking about?
He was talking about the screwball. Not the knuckleball.
It was like a screwball.
The knuckleball.
This whole thing's a screwball.
Okay, the knuckleball.
He throws a knuckleball!
I know he throws a knuckleball!
I watched that documentary about R.A. Dickey throwing a knuckleball.
Thank
The
you,
hockey
Connor.
fan
Yes.
So
who knows nothing about baseball.
R.A. Dickey, he had a rough.
Wait, hold on. What did you tell us about this?
Yes, he did have a rough.
He had a rough upbringing. There was intimates with sexual abuse.
He was sexually abused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he shit first couple years in pros. They dropped him. He comes back throwing a knuckleball, which no one
He's missing a
expected.
ligament in his arm.
Now, let's for a second, hold on, everyone, hold on a second. Let's take the sexual abuse out of it. Okay, that's horrible.
No,
The reason he sucked as a major leaguer is because he threw 89 at his shit curveball. He then changed to knuckleball so he
no
can
one
make a
throws.
living.
From my understanding,
Right.
no one throws a knuckleball.
And-
Especially when you play in the NL East.
the thing about the knuckleball is it takes years to perfect, and you don't have to throw the knuckleball hard in order to be in the major league.
Okay, so continue with your point. You listened to an NPR program about R.A. Dickey and decided to invest your entire well-being in your fantasy life.
I wasn't investing my entire well-being. I, bid an appropriate amount of money on it.
How much did you spend on R.A. Dickey?
I spent $38 on R.A. Dickey. How much did we spend on Matt Cain? Hey, you spent on Matt Cain.
Less than $38.
$42 you spent on Matt Cain.
Still worth it. Worth more than R.A. Dickey.
He's not.
In the American League East, he is worth more than R.A. Dickey. When I know Kane is in the NL. Without a doubt. Agree,
you guys
Jay?
spend real dollars on these players?
No,
it's fake.
it's
fake.
fake.
It's fake.
Now,
Jay, do you agree that Matt Cain for 42 was a better bet than R.A. Dickey for 38? Considering Matt Cain is a constant, and you're telling R.A. Dickey to get rid of the pitcher slot and go into the AL East.
I ranked Matt Cain ahead of R.A. Dickey.
as did I.
But R.A. Dickey was close.
Thank you.
But
I'm right there with you. I put if you want to look at my list of starting pitchers, it was Strasburg first, I think, and then it was Kershaw, and who was
Mike
next after
Pelfrey.
that?
He's usually third. Right?
Yeah, Pelfrey's third on that list.
Pelfrey?
Yeah.
He wasn't third on my list.
Where was he?
I don't have the list in front of me.
Where was Pelfrey on your list?
I don't think Pelfrey was on my list.
Are you sure?
Good. No, that's the right answer. That's the right answer.
I can't remember who was third though.
It's okay.
But anyway, I think
it doesn't matter.
I think the point is
Cliff
Matt
Lee.
Cain was like
Cliff Lee.
Cliff Lee was maybe up there at third.
Thank you.
The thing about it was something like Matt Cain was maybe 5 and Dickey was 8 on my list.
8.
Yes.
No adjustment for the... So basically, you took your projections. They did not account... Because most projection magazines don't account for the free agency period because they are published or begin publication before players sign with various teams. So you based your projections on R.A. Dickey being 8 overall on the fact that he was, according to these publications, going to remain in the National League.
No, at this point he wasn't.
No. My point is not that he wasn't in the National League. My point is these publications, as you can attest.
Okay, Baseball
Prospectus as well.
Baseball Prospectus, yes, is a publication, but the
his numbers.
The other two were updated.
And what did those other two project?
The other two projected a slight decrease from his Cy Young award.
What did you project?
My projection
as a Canadian national.
My projections were that he would degrade slightly, but he wouldn't be terrible because the knuckleball only gets better with age. He only has to throw it 80 miles an hour.
You heard it here first, kids. Ask Tim Wakefield. Ask.
How old was Tim Wakefield when he retired?
Well, he's older than he was last year. His knuckleball hasn't gotten better. He's out of Major League Baseball.
Okay, there's a point where you physically can't perform anymore.
Throw. Right.
But 38 years old for a knuckleballer is young.
Nothing, especially if you've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think, Travis, if you can pull yourself out of 12th place, I think you need to change your name to the Dick.
Why would you say that?
Because of the R.A. Dickey.
I'll change it to Dick.
The Dick?
Just call it the Dick.
Look, the point is the projections for many of these players are wrong.
Let's move past this for a second. I need to give me a feel. All right, and I think the league needs to know this, especially as you're up against it with the auto nomination out. The league needs to know. Just give us your thought process behind approving, without shopping Matt Cain anywhere else, approving this Matt Cain for two completely subpar closers.
Okay.
What was your thought process?
You want to know? Truthfully, my thought process is that if I get into 7th place, I'm still going to the rookie pool.
And how does Kevin Gregg help you more than Matt Cain?
Because I was losing every week saves. Every week. I think I tied it 1 week.
Okay.
Saves
is one category.
Right.
If you traded Matt Cain and Matt Kemp
Matt Cain wasn't going to win me single-handedly any single category, whereas two closers could win me a category.
Kevin Gregg is going to win you one category. He's not good in anything other than saves.
No, he allowed his first run of the season.
It's Kevin Gregg. Wait till he arouses.
Okay, fair enough. But the point is that the reason I did it is because I didn't want to completely not compete in one category. Whereas Matt Cain, first of all,
who were your closers before you traded Matt Cain?
Just Betancourt. He was my only closer. So
why didn't you go to the rookie who has 4 or 5 closers who are very good? If you even went to the rookie and traded for Grilli, he would have done Cain for Grilli or Cain for Rivera, and you would have gotten more saves out of it because the Cubs suck.
You can't depend on one closer though. That isn't Papelbon.
Grilli is like a
what is he, 21? Grilli's 21 for 21. Mariano is 18 for 19 in saves.
The point is,
how many saves does Kevin Gregg have?
6.
Okay. So we just established that Grilli and Rivera are twice the closer.
Here's the thing, though. He wouldn't have done Cain. And here's the reason why. In this league, if your player isn't doing well, people are not going to give you the value for that player.
No, that's not true. Because Kevin here was about to do Cole Hamels for Mariano Rivera.
And did it go through?
I pulled it back.
He pulled it back. He decided not to trade Hamels. Would you say that Hamels is a better pitcher, or is Matt, who's better, Cole Hamels or Matt Cain? Or would you say they're even?
Or they say even. They're probably even. Because in our trade, we were debating, am I going to give you Cain or am I going to give you Hamels? Is the second pitcher.
Now, keep in mind, these are...
This is completely
the players before the season, because that's completely different.
It's not different.
Yes, it is.
No, because Cole Hamels and Matt Cain they have a track record. And we're not talking about a rookie. We're talking about 2 established pitchers in the prime of their careers. While they might have a hard month, their career is established. You know where they will end up. I know Cole Hamels sucks right now. I know he's going to end up somewhere in the ballpark of his career numbers.
That's not necessarily true.
That's not my point. My point is this.
But I could have necessarily true about R.A. Dickey.
Exactly.
That's not the point either. The point is I could have done Hamels for Rivera, and you could have done reasonably Cain for Rivera. Instead, you went Cain for Kevin fucking Gregg.
And Brandon Lee.
So wait, can we? Let's get past the trading. Let's
the trading.
Let's talk about end of September.
End of September.
If you are not in 6th place or lower,
7th. He has to be in 7th place, right?
No,
Sixth.
well, you need 6 or lower.
So you have to make the playoffs this year.
Yes, I have to make the playoffs.
Hold on,
this
before
year.
we go, what are you going to do to make the playoffs this year? You're in 12th.
Well, he just traded for Kevin Gregg. We just established that.
Yeah, I have to. I'm going to have to reevaluate my team.
He needs Matt Kemp to.
You need to trade Matt Kemp. Trade Matt Kemp to Scott. Trade Matt Kemp to someone in first place.
But here's the thing.
Get something to go
People
with.
aren't going to give me full value for Matt Kemp.
No, they're not.
Exactly. The same reason they wouldn't give me full value
Throw
for
out
Matt
Kevin
Kane.
Gregg. Maybe they'll fucking blow you.
The
I don't
same
know.
reason they wouldn't give me full value for Matt Kane is the same reason they wouldn't give me full value for Matt Kemp. So it's not going to you make it sound. Here's the thing about this league: is every time you trade someone, they go, "You could have got more." Right?
No, that's
Yes,
not.
no, I agree.
You're
They
right.
always say
But
that.
you have to draw it out. I dealt Strasburg. I probably lost in the value in the Strasburg Cano deal when I dealt Pedroia and Strasburg for Cano and Miller. But you get the elite bat. Anything can happen on a week to week because we're not Roto.
No, we're not Roto.
So that the elite bat.
Here's the thing about my trade. Maybe I didn't get. I knew I was losing value. I told that to Scott when I did it. I know I'm losing value, but I need to make a move because I'm in 12th place. I need to make it to 6th place. I needed to get start competing in a category that I wasn't competing in at all.
Kevin Gregg will lead you to the playoffs. He has every year since 2002.
All right, but let's talk about
Okay.
what's going to come up here.
Okay.
You don't make the playoffs. Let's
Right.
just say you're not going to make the playoffs. And right now, I think it's a pretty good assessment that
Yes,
you're
I'm
not.
probably
all right?
not. Based on
You're going to go straight to the rookie pool.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a nomination thing. You're going straight there.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're
now, do you feel you are acceptive? Like you have accepted this. It's not like you hold any bitterness about.
No, I mean that's what we set up. We wanted this league to be competitive, which is great, and I haven't been competitive. I mean that's the end all be all of this, and
Okay.
And the thing is, it was almost like my trade was almost like a Hail Mary pass. The thing is,
In week 6, I think that's the issue a lot of people take with it. The Hail Mary pass is forgiven in week 13, week 14, when you're like, I have 2 weeks left to make a move.
Yeah, every time someone tries to do that, at that point, it's too late. It's too late to
You're
make a
not
Hail Mary
wrong
pass
about that.
at that point.
But if it's too late then, it's not.
I've made Hail Mary passes.
I have too. I traded Howard and it
doesn't work.
Then why are you making a Hail Mary pass at all? If it doesn't work, why are you doing it in week 6?
Because my team isn't working. It's not working. The team that I traded / drafted for it isn't working properly. But big part of that is Matt Kemp is hitting like 200 or something like that.
What's the rookie's name?
Ant?
What is it?
I don't know.
Do you think you're better than the rookie?
Do I think I'm better than the rookie?
Do you think you have more fantasy baseball knowledge than the
I don't know.
rookie?
I honestly don't know what his.
I don't care, Travis. You've been in this league since 2003.
He maybe.
Do you think you know more about fantasy baseball than the rookie?
I have no idea who he is. How am
I don't either.
How am I supposed to know that?
I would like him to say, yes, I do, as a matter of fact, because you've been in the most competitive league in North America for...
What if he's Billy Bean? What if I'm playing the GM of the Oakland Athletics? I have no idea who the hell he is. I don't care. That's a stupid question.
It's not. I don't think it's a stupid
It
question
is a
at all.
stupid question.
You don't believe in your heart. You can't give me an answer. Yes, I know more about fantasy baseball than a rookie
We've been
who has
playing
been
with
in
him
this
for
league for the
6
first
weeks.
time.
How am I supposed to know?
You're supposed to know that you know shit. And I
do know shit.
I know
That's
that
not
I
what you
am
asked.
better than any rookie who comes into this league.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes complete. Does that make complete sense?
What he's saying is, do you bat an eye to a rookie that comes in this league? Are you?
You just bet an eye.
But
I'm not going to bat an eye at him. I'm not intimidated by the rookie.
You've
if
been
that's
in
what
this
you're
league
asking.
since 2006. You honestly don't believe that a rookie who comes in 2003. You honestly don't believe that a rookie who comes in 2012.
He's not a rookie to fantasy baseball, you dick.
Not to this league. This league makes you know more about fantasy baseball in a year than you know 5 years playing in a public league. You don't believe
I
after
don't know
10 years
he's only
in this
played
league.
in the public league. If I knew anything about him, I could answer the question. I know nothing.
I'm not asking. I wasn't asking you to give me a yes or no. I was not right or wrong. I was asking you to say yes, I do, and you didn't give me that answer.
Well, that's stupid. It's like, can you do more pull-ups than this guy? Well, you can't.
That's not it.
Can't see him.
You've
He's
been-
behind.
No, that's not it at all.
It is that.
Jay,
that is
Jay,
what it is.
will you explain it to me, please? Explain it to him.
What he's saying is, look, you ask me right now, do I think that I'm a better fantasy baseball player than Kevin? I'm looking you right in the eye and I'm saying, yes. Shit hasn't worked out for me, But you know what? I'm a better player than this.
Well,
guy.
I can tell
I'm
you,
a better player than anyone in this league, even Brian Smith. That's the attitude I have going in, year out, and that's the attitude I need to keep if I'm going to ever try to if I'm ever going to get a ring. If I stop feeling that way, then you know what? The league is beating me down, and I'm going to walk out of here in shame like Darren Amoruso did.
Well, I'm not going to walk out in shame. I'm not going to quit.
You're gonna
I'm not
out,
a quitter.
You're going to walk. I'm saying if it happens that you were not voted back in, you're going to walk with your head held high.
Of course I am. I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna try till the very end of the season, even if I'm down.
Now,
even if I'm down and out, come week 14,
okay.
I'm gonna keep.
Let's say you're out for a year.
All right.
And then another spot opens up. Would you apply again for the rookie pool?
Yes, I'm going to keep applying until I get back in.
I think that's very commendable.
Okay. And here's the reason why, is because I absolutely love this league. I have a fun time playing, which is what it comes down to, because if you're not having fun playing, then there's really no reason to play. Now, if you're going to argue that, I'd love to argue that.
I'm not going to argue that point with you. What I'm going to say is there is
because
enjoyment.
but no,
it's not
Travis,
a job.
Travis, if this is your job to get the money.
How many times
you
made
get
the
a real job?
How many times have you made the playoffs?
I've made the playoffs twice.
How many times have you won a round?
0, because if you
I don't
lose the
hear
first round,
why.
you don't go on.
There is in anyone who's won before, and Jay, I think you've won one.
I've won one time.
The stress that goes in, like the reason I had a shit draft this year is because I was. And Brian knows this, and Mark knows this, and Seth knows this. What it takes to win this thing is not fun. It's fun until you make the playoffs. Then it's no longer... That last month is not fun at all.
Okay. Fine.
It is work, and it is torture, and it is pain. And there's a reason that Jay bought me a mini bottle of champagne when I finally beat Justin. Because it's not fun. You don't do this because it's fun. You do this because you have to win, and you cannot lose. Travis, you have 3 minutes left. Tell the league why you need to remain in it.
I'm not going to tell the league why I should remain in it. I haven't competed well, and I deserve to go to the rookie pool, and I'll keep applying once I'm in the rookie pool until I'm accepted back into the league. There's no reason why they should keep me in, because there's nobody's decision, because it's automatic.
People are going to vote for you. You don't think it's important for them to know what you stand for, why you want to remain in the league?
I want to be in the league, and I'm going to make statements.
What are you going to change? What will you change going forward?
What will I change going forward?
How can you... Are you going to change, like, the 3 books you read? Are you going to change the way you break down players? Because clearly it hasn't worked.
I will. Of course I'm going to change. Every year I change my strategy a little bit. Now, here's the thing. This is an unfortunate year because I should have changed my strategy based on the new stat, and I didn't. And I'm failing because of that.
How so?
Well, there are certain players, for instance, if you take like a Papelbon or a Chapman, that will get you 5 out of the 7 stats.
How about Kevin Gregg?
No, stop with that. The point is, you have one player who can get you solidly across 5 of the 7 pitching, and the fact that there's 7 stats versus 6 hitting, the stats aren't working this year.
But hold on, and I think Jay, you agree. Hitting still rules the day.
Yes, it does. That's still where you're getting the most value from your players and trading and all that.
Hitting is the most consistent way to bank on it.
You're right, and here's the thing: the team that I drafted was a good hitting team, and I traded away a lot of that power.
Why?
Because
of the stat?
Because I didn't draft a lot of starting pitching. Now, I probably should have kept the team that I drafted and at least let them play and see how I did.
I'm gonna end this way.
All right.
When you arrived at the draft, how many players had been drafted by the time you got there? Ballpark.
Probably 20.
You missed the first 20 players in the draft. You had your wife draft the first 20 players.
Maybe it wasn't that high. Maybe it was 15 to 20, somewhere in that range.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
Okay. I drafted on Ambien and tequila.
Yeah.
And I am 3 places higher than you.
Right, but you also benefited.
What a statement right there.
You also benefited from the trade that we made.
Because I'm good at shit. I picked up Marte. I picked up Reynolds. I picked up Cologne.
If we're talking,
I picked up everyone.
Okay.
I picked up everyone who made me a competitive team.
Yeah, but if we're talking, you're talking about the draft and what I would change for the draft. Every year I seem to draft a good team and then trade away the team that I drafted. So maybe, yes, I do need to change my strategy.
So
you need to be more confident in the team that I draft.
You need to not have your wife draft your team, and you need to be better at trading. Other than that, you're ready to go.
Right, I do need to work on my trading skills.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Lake Paupack Summit.
Yes.
Our League of Dicks, the most competitive league in North America. Concluding our podcast, take it out, Roy Hobbs. I believe in dreams. If you build it, they will come.